Boruto fans, Boruto, Naruto Next Generation anime fans, if there's any of you out there left, I got some news about the upcoming arc. Before we jump into the episode, if you would hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get notified, we drop new episodes of FORNEVER News every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST, and throughout the week, we re-upload some of those segments for your viewing pleasure. Hit them buttons. Let's jump into the news. What are we waiting for, right? We spoke recently about that one of the directors from the anime came on and said that the next arc he's going to be handling it, and it seems like, you know, he's done some credible work or whatnot in the past, so we can expect some exciting stuff. However, it seems as though the next arc of the Boruto Naruto Next Generation anime sounds a little more enticing at the very least than what we previously got. In case you don't know, the last couple of months, it sounded like it could have been something, but it turned into one of the worst arcs I've ever seen of damn near any anime I've ever watched. The Himawari and Kawaki go to the academy school arc thingamajig, and honestly, those episodes just were horrible. Like, they were really freaking bad, and I'm just being honest as somebody that I damn near wanted to force myself to like it just so that I have something to watch every Sunday, and I come to tell you that those episodes were just, they're bad. They're really, really bad episodes. So hearing that the next arc is actually going to focus in on Boruto and Sasuke going on a journey together, that sounds more enticing. I have good memories, even despite if you want to, you know, call out the power scaling and some of the nonsense that went on, like the time travel arc, Boruto and Sasuke together, that is a very cool and exciting matchup. Here it just says, from Honda Masaya, again one of the people down at the Boruto anime, I have written the scripts for 6 of the 8 episodes that will begin with the next Boruto, episode 274. First up is The Flightless Hawk, in which Boruto and Sasuke go on a journey to find a hawk. Don't miss it. And while Boruto and Sasuke together sounds exciting, there's even some preview shots of them together for the upcoming arc. Like, that sounds dope. Finding a hawk, like, maybe it could be, like, metaphorically something exciting, because don't forget that Sasuke was the leader of Taka at one given point, you know, the hawk or something. So maybe this could be foreshadowings of, hey, that Boruto is also going to be like Sasuke the Taka, and Boruto will go rogue at some given point. So there's some potential there to make some really cool stuff or whatever, but bottom line, again, it's anime original stuff, so how much impact are we going to have on the grand scale of the entire series? I was hoping that this Honda Masaya guy was going to come forth with, yo, boom, code activation, let's get started. And I don't know how much longer it's going to be. If this guy said 6 out of the 8 episodes, so pretty much if this arc starts this coming Sunday, we pretty much have the rest of the year, because yeah, 8 episodes, so pretty much the rest of the year is going to be this arc. And probably, ideally, I'm gonna hope for that we will start code activation, which will still be anime original stuff, but pretty much what they did with the Kara activation with Deepa and whatnot. Maybe we could do the same thing with Code, starting with the winter season of anime, because it looks like, again, we're going to close out this year with this stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm going to, once again, I'm just being honest with you, and people that don't like Boruto will get mad at me, and Boruto fans will get mad at me. I'm going to try once again to see if I can get myself to like this new arc, just straight up. Like, I didn't like the last arc, I absolutely hated the last arc. Maybe I could get myself to like this arc, and if I don't, I'm gonna let y'all know over on the main channel in particular, and if I do, I'll let you guys know over on the main channel for FORNEVER World. Go subscribe and check out the content over there. I'll let you guys know what's up, because I want to enjoy some Boruto, Naruto anime. We don't have a, you know, Naruto anything anymore. It's all really pretty much relegated to Boruto, and I want to enjoy this. I genuinely do. It would be nice to have something to watch on Sundays, in particular with one of my favorite shinobi verses of all time, the Naruto verse to be precise. No. So we'll see, but at the very least we can say for certain that the next 8 weeks, pretty much the rest of this year, is going to be Boruto and Sasuke on a journey, and I'm somewhat looking forward to it. Maybe this hawk situation can lead to something exciting. We gotta wait and see, but that's where we're at with it with Boruto. People, a major author is retiring from the manga world, and it's kind of sad to hear. I ain't gonna lie. Whenever an author finishes their series, I'm always like, hey, let's see what they come with next. But when they finish the series and then announce retirement, that's a whole different feeling, because the author of Kaguya-sama Love is War, Aka Akasaka, has announced not only that the series just wrapped up with its final chapter, but that they're going into retirement. Let's read what they had to say. For starters, again, it says author Aka Akasaka announced his retirement as a manga artist, further tells that he would like to focus on creating stories and just remain as an original author. So they said, thanks to the support of many people, Kaguya-sama has been serialized for 7.5 years. Weekly serialization didn't go as planned, and there were many times that made me realize how weak I am as a manga artist. But because of that, I had a lot of happy memories, and I could look back now and wonder if I made the people around me a little happier. Thank you very much for 7.5 years. As for my future activities, Akasaka as a manga artist is thinking of retiring after this work. Even though I'm retiring, I would like to end my activities as a manga artist who draws and focus on creating stories from now on. So I would like to continue working as an original author. As for painting, I intend to continue it loosely as a hobby. So I'm not quite following what they're trying to say. So are they saying they're ending their activities as a manga artist who draws? So maybe Akasaka just wants to write and not draw. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're going to come back with a new manga, but they're not going to be doing the art, which I'm all for that. I always say, honestly, especially after you have a successful run of a few years, and that's not a few years. That's, what did they say again? 7.5 years? Yeah, 7.5 years for Kaguya-sama Love is War. Once you go that, you probably should just say, alright, yo, I did my thing. I'm just gonna write now. Because at that point, like, you went through the grind, you went through the hustle, and granted, the money ain't gonna be the same. Like, you know, you could write whatever, but if you gotta pay an artist, unless they're getting paid like a set amount that is like way less than what you're being paid or whatever, it's always going to be like a split on the IP, especially in those big magazines. I don't know exactly how that would work of, you know, a duo collaboration, an author and an artist, but either way, it sounds like Akasaka just doesn't want to draw anymore and will draw like occasionally, but really just wants to write really cool stories, and I respect that. And just in general, the fact that Kaguya-sama made it 7.5 years, wrapped up, I've heard nothing but good things about it. That's really dope. So looking forward to seeing what they have next in store. Maybe they might just decide to do novels, light novels, and then eventually they get adapted into manga and anime, although it's a lot more of a grueling sounding process. Like, you gotta go light novel, then eventually a manga adaptation, then eventually an anime adaptation if it survives all those rounds. I don't know. Writing light novels doesn't sound great, so to speak. But again, shout outs to Akasaka. Looking forward to seeing what they do next, considering they're retiring, but they're really just retiring drawing, not writing. The author of Jujutsu Kaisen has a recommendation and a few words about a manga that is pretty freaking awesome. May have heard of it, Sakamoto Days. It's in Weekly Shonen Jump. Yeah, Gege Akutami had a couple of things to say. Akutami Gege recommends Sakamoto Days in volume 9 of the series and states that, quote-unquote, when reading the work, they become keenly aware of how poor their sword fighting is. A special illustration is also attached in the obi, and I'm imagining that's Gege's drawings of Sakamoto, and I forget the dude's name, but that's really dope and also very humble of Gege Akutami to say, like, yo dog, when I see them do certain aspects, it makes me realize how poor I am at doing that stuff. And in general, Sakamoto Days is definitely a win for a recommendation, because Sakamoto Days, from what I read, was freaking awesome. And it's cool to see, just in general, Jump authors, you know, helping one another to go up the ranks. So shout outs to Gege Akutami for that. Also kind of smart, because it's like anybody that doesn't care for Jujutsu Kaisen, they reading Sakamoto Days, suddenly like, oh wait, that Gege person, Jujutsu Kaisen, let me check out Jujutsu Kaisen. So very smart, if I do say so myself, especially once the anime comes out, and if it has a boom and they all start reading when they go to volume 9, it's a win. Shout outs to Gege regardless, because you're showing love at a time where, you know, Sakamoto Days isn't that big. Once it gets big, you know, now your name is a little bit tied in there, buddy. So smart stuff there.